bell tonight because we don't know how long we're going to be live because YouTube is kind of screwy and it's preventing me from actually casting with other people while I'm on my phone. Is it updates, and as soon as it does, like I can see them, I can hear them. They cannot hear or see me, or at least they can't see me. It's a YouTube issue. It's not a me issue. And for some reason, there we go. We are live on YouTube now officially. So, and
Nice.
it appears as though left and right, although top bottom on my phone, it's just weird. It's YouTube for you. But you and I discussed this earlier. What's up, Apache Helicopter? How are you doing this evening?
What's going on?
And this is really weird because you know, in the newest update, everybody's chat is on the screen and you can see it. Well, in this version that I have to use because YouTube's a POS, um, I can't see them, so I actually have to look at the ones on my screen behind me.
I remember those days.
Fuck.
I
So
remember those days.
yes, Jordan, we're talking about top and bottom. Anyway, so what we're going to talk tonight about is Flex, and Flex is in major trouble, if you ask me.
Oh,
Um, I went to 3 different Lowe's over the last week and a half. What's up, Dan? The last week and a half, and none of the Lowe's near me have any type of stock for Flex. It is literally just what is in the aisle. There is nothing top stock. There is absolutely nothing like there's no overflow at all. It's just what's there. They have no signage for the deal that is going on now. And it's Flex Days, by the way, and they have no signage. They have no. What's up, Morgans? Jeremy, how you doing?
yeah. Actually, that was it 2 weeks ago. I met with Texas Southpaw,
Yeah.
and we're at the Lowe's, just kind of walking the store, and he was pointing out deals that weren't, on the shelves exactly, but they actually had flyers.
Oh
That's from
well,
some of
that's
the shorts
nice.
that I posted, and I was surprised to see the flyers. Uh,
Yeah.
but they didn't have everything that he was showing me because he was showing me the app and he was like, yeah, if you do this and this and this and this, they didn't have any of that. They had pretty generic stuff.
It is pretty like it's just printout stuff, right? It looks like they went to the printer and just printed something off. It's kind of
No, it
pathetic.
was the official Flex flyer stuff. They just had it in the wrong area because they don't know what they're doing. So um, they you could figure it out, but if you didn't know exactly like how tool deals work and whether or not you actually get a free battery, do you get the charger with it, or what's actually going on, you need the app to figure it out. It was obvious you bought one and got something free though.
That's kind of so. That's one
Shameful.
of the reasons why I dislike Lowe's so much. I know you're a Lowe's guy. You love Lowe's. You'd probably blow them if you could,
That's
but
true. They got the clients.
they do have the clients. But if you look at any of their merchandising or anything, it's just terrible. And Angel, yes, Shervon owns both Flex and Ego, as well as Skill, Cobalt, a couple of others. I was thinking about using that as the screenshot, but when I got my X-ray back for my knee, I decided to use that instead.
Oh
Your
man.
Lowe's is horrendous. Oh, somebody got a message held.
Oh, I can fix
Anyway,
that.
it's all good. I don't even know what it says. It's probably just somebody trying to troll.
No,
It's
no,
pretty common.
it's Jordan Brown says Home Depot wouldn't have it effed up.
Oh, that's true. Kansas demands this tool. Kansas Tools is here,
Are you
wanting your
in that?
mayonnaise.
I wouldn't say you're in hot water, but is YouTube not happy with some of the comments? Are you still in like comment
Yeah,
jail?
pretty much. I can comment. Hi, Angela. I can comment and whatnot now, and I'm fine. But they are definitely kind of limiting my reach right now. I think so. Normally, in case you guys didn't know, for a YouTube content creator, even someone like me, you get about once you get to a certain level, so many views or whatever, you get about a 50-50 split of new people and returning folks. What's up, Noah? But Noah, I got banned on TikTok today for telling a guy I didn't care if he watched my videos or not. Uh,
Really?
yeah, so they banned me for that. That's the only comment
That's
I
what
made
got
today.
you banned?
That's the only comment I made today, and they banned me. And
Hey,
I'm like, all right,
there's a lot of new YouTube rules that as you know, even though they changed and they moved the goalpost, those
yeah,
rules still stand for videos that are 2 and 3 years old.
it's
So there's a
stupid.
lot of content creators that are like getting strikes and stuff from videos I put up 2 years ago that were perfectly fine before that are just no longer allowed.
Waited 10 minutes for the employee to open the cage before gave up, and then went found the manager, got escorted to check out like I was a criminal. That's pretty standard, Jeremy. No, the whole flex thing, like, it's shocking because I think that the tools are the best tools that Lowe's carries. Like, bar none. The Walt's great, um, but flex is just at a different level. Like, every single tool of theirs that I've used, except for their compact stuff, has been either top of the market or like second, third, right in the mix. I can't say that about DeWalt, but I can say that about Flex. And it's just unfortunate that we live in a time where uh, Lowe's, or I guess it's not us doing it, but
What's up, all of
I
you?
got a fucking mosquito just buzzing around my face right now. But Lowe's is just avoiding. Oh, I do have an alternate account. It's I think it's Tools with Souls 512. 721 is my main. That's the one with the 115.
Dang.
But 512 is the new one on TikTok. And I'm not going to try to grow it because it'll be like 20 or 30 days, and then they'll give me my account back and tell me be a good boy. And I'm going to be like,
Did you get him?
I'm going to be the same prick I've always been.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny because even here, like, you could see our, and it's probably because of the not going through the update and all that. And I'll do a live later. Um, just fucking around where I let it update and then unupdate it the next time I go live. YouTube.
What a pain.
You're gonna make us SoAlz with tools? All right,
Look, this is my thought, right? Uh,
sure.
we've done a couple of different things with the channel lately, right? We're paying
Yeah.
more attention to the members. We're getting them different accolades and plaques, and I'm trying to get custom banners for like that. If you've got a tier of someone that's paying more money than everyone else, like a different like membership, you should be able to give them a different badge. But YouTube doesn't even do that for you. So,
Mm.
been trying to mess with that, but the whole like everyone's an NPC, man. Everyone's got the thought control of just agreeing with everybody else. So I started making content that whether the tool is good or bad, I'm just gonna tell you it's great.
I
And
can't do that. I
um
cannot do that.
I didn't say you should buy it. I just said this is what it does, just like everyone else does. They don't say whether or not you should buy it because most YouTubers don't know if it's good or bad. They just know what the tool is. And it shows because even Funk PV or whatever
Yeah.
had that Klein reverse applier on his channel,
Uh,
and he never once said that it didn't close when you switch it to pipe mode fully. You know, he didn't mention any of the important parts about it.
yeah.
So why should I? And I'm just
Um,
gonna see what the comments come through.
dude,
So
I
luckily,
I can't.
Luckily, the Milwaukee channel locks, it's just an experiment. So we're gonna make a
Yeah,
long format about it, and we're just gonna show all the comments and all the thought. Like everyone's an NPC, man. Everyone's an NPC. They can't think for themselves.
that's
They
true.
gotta agree with what everyone else says, and it shows in everything. It shows in I don't know even want to get into it. It's just crazy.
Jeremy, we can do that video for you. Um, oh my. So I'm very fortunate in that YouTube just did a new feature, something that you've been able to do on Instagram and TikTok forever. Well, now is coming to YouTube. You can respond to people's comments with a video,
Yeah.
which means for these poor, unfortunate souls. And by the way, I get called fat like 60 times a day by dudes that can't handle what I say. And recently it's like, you're fat. You've never been on a job site. There are plenty of fat dudes on a job site today. I don't know where you're living, that everybody's a thin rail, but there are plenty of fat dudes out there on the job site. But I wasn't fat when I was working. I was actually thin. I 210 pounds at 6'4". Like I was thin when I was working, but now I'm not working. I've been retired for 5 or 6 years, um, off and on,
Yeah.
uh, where I didn't have to go out and work. And once you stop working, dude, it's just so easy to pack on the weight because you go from doing daily activity where you're running and gunning all the time. You're going up and down the ladder. You're walking the beams. You're carrying heavy stuff all the time, and
Yeah, you
dudes are
start doing that,
like,
it adds up.
and then you go to a sedentary life, and they're like, you just pack on the weight. I mean, and I'm 50 years old, so yeah, a little easier
let's
for me to pack on the weight.
let's talk
Plus,
about
I had some tumor surgery.
yeah, that yeah. Uh, d- d- yeah, they don't even know the whole story of what you've been through.
No, is
Never mind
Project
getting
Farms
literally
videos
getting cut
flaws?
in half,
Yes.
literally
Yeah,
getting cut in half and being under the knife for 14 hours.
9.5.
9.5. No, total now.
Oh, uh, yeah, probably 14, 15, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yeah, that adds up on everything.
Uh,
DXOXY says, what about the Milwaukee bits?
Shoes,
Project
soft
Farm
as
said that
baby
they were
shit,
good.
man. They're
They are,
soft as
man. They're
baby
terrible.
shit.
They're terrible.
They look, Project Farm. First of all, Project Farm never actually said that they were good. What he did is he put them up against a bunch of others, and they actually did worse than Harbor Freight bits, like a lot worse. They did worse than what was that brand, like the Warrior brand from Harbor Freight, which is the
I,
low end. But
I've been through so
it's
many
just terrible.
Milwaukee bits, man. Back
Oh
in the day when you could get fairly decent deal for, Black Friday, and they
yes,
were just practically throwing the Milwaukee bit cases at you.
they
Um,
should.
I went through so many Milwaukee bits that year. It was just like it was okay because I had a bunch of them, but it was like I couldn't even finish a whole job,
Yeah.
or a task. It was like per task, like next bit.
It is terrible, and somebody said, doesn't your brain age every 10 years you're out, or 10 years for every hour you're out? It does. And one of the reasons why I have Alzheimer's is because I was under anesthesia for so long. I was only supposed to be under for an hour and a half for the tumors originally, and I was under for 9.5 hours. Then I had another subsequent tumor surgery, and I am trying to lose weight to put off a third tumor surgery for as long as possible. Now, I'll eventually have to have it, but I am trying to avoid it at all possible costs. So it is one of those things. But getting back to Flex, sorry, we took a left turn there.
It
But getting
happens.
back to Flex, like First of all, when they came out, their price point did not allow for people to come in and truly sample it. And you could say lifetime warranty, battery, product, or whatever. Most dudes ain't looking at that shit,
Yeah.
especially professionals. What I think they should have done is I think that Flex as a company should have had someone go out. Sorry, I had to make sure something was right.
No,
Had
you're
to
good.
make sure or had to have a guy go out to the job site, put the tools in the hands of the professionals, sight on scene, just give it to the professionals and let them use it. Not for YouTube content, actually go on to professional constructions, not resi guys, because resi guys don't really count for this. Like, sorry. But commercial and industrial builders and let them use the tools, let them do it side by side with their existing ones and put it in the hands of the professionals because the professionals are the ones that are buying. You're not getting a homeowner coming off the street to buy brand priced as high as Milwaukee and as high as the highest end DeWalt. You're not getting them to come in off the street and try your product when they know a name. And name recognition hurt Flex when they came out. The colors of Flex are awful. Everybody likes the gray and white. It's awful. It doesn't catch your eye. You're going to look right over it. And the placement that they've negotiated in the store was wrong.
Everything's just kind of wrong. You didn't like the Bachelorette plumber?
What? Oh, no, I did not like that
he,
guy. No.
he- he's a pro. That's what Josh said.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a real pro. Like, what was it dude that they had with the big muscles that was doing everything too, and you
I
could
don't
tell
even
he
know.
was just pushing the shit out of the flex,
Yeah.
and it like for a twist bit test, that is exactly what you want to do because twist bit, you going into wood, it's fast. When you go into
Same.
metal, you go into concrete, you let the tool do the work. But when you're using a twist bit, dude, you push. Uh,
Yeah.
and dude was just pushing the shit out of it. I, I sound like I get out of bed. I sound like popcorn. I'm sorry to hear that, Howie. I hope you feel better, man.
Oh man.
Rod the bod. No, I'm not having uh, surgery on my knee. Yeah, I'm talking bad about your brand because your brand has no future, and that's just the bottom line of it. I cannot I can't recommend Flex on my channel ever.
Oh
Uh,
man.
Even
It's
though
terrible.
they're great tools, and I love their tools. They got no future.
You don't think so?
No. Here's how
It.
here's how sad they are. They reached out to Total Retard Zone and asked TRZ for paid reviews. Sent him a bunch of free tools and paid the man. They did the same thing with VCG. And to be honest with you, neither one of those dudes I wouldn't trust them with my dog, let alone my daughter or my wife, because I don't know what they're going to be doing with the dog. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but like neither one of those guys is what I would call honest, and or neither one of those channels is what I would call honest, and that's how desperate they were that they gave money and tools to those guys when they could have actually put it in the hands of professionals and given the professionals a chance to really use the tools. What are your thoughts?
um. Yeah. That always works. But I I don't even know, man. DeWalt's got their foothold in a lot of programs with a lot of larger companies, and they'll entice and wheel and deal and do tool trade ins and things like that to switch the tool. So yeah, going on the job site always works. It's one of those things. Someone like shows up on your job site and takes all the manpower off the job, so you can go look at tools. It's kind of
Yeah.
there's a way to do it, but DeWalt's definitely really good about that. Even more than Milwaukee. Hilti's really good about going on the job site.
Yep.
I've seen a lot more DeWalt and a lot more Hilti than I've seen Milwaukee do that. And that's a good way to do it. But really, man, you're relying on people to do the right thing, which dude, my job literally is like the competency. It, it just speaks volumes about what to expect from professionals, right?
Right.
You've paid for an inspection, you know you're going to get an inspection, and you're still, you know, this level of incompetence or laziness or just flat out don't know.
Right.
Um, and there's only like two jobs maybe out of 20 a day they probably get approved.
Mm.
And then anytime you do a pool, if it's a deck, if it's a belly steel, whatever it is, it, I don't think I've ever passed a pool inspection on the first try. Maybe once or twice in the 8 years. I've been doing this, and it's a pool, and it's the
Right.
same thing. You dig a hole, you throw steel in it, um, and then guess what? You do the same thing at the next person's house. Like
Right.
the revolving door of the industry because of what was said in the past about trades versus coding is a huge problem.
Yeah.
It was never seen as a desirable thing to do. They don't incentivize enough. Uh, there's probably just not that much in the world as far as like if you make a new phone or something, there's billions of people, right?
Yes.
But there's not billions of people in the trades. So the market's already kind of closed up too.
Yeah.
Uh, what they did on YouTube is just
Terrible.
that was the biggest thing that they did. They royally screwed that up. There's no way
But
to
then
walk that back.
I don't think that was the biggest issue because, like, let's face it, most pros aren't watching tool demos. Those are really for just tool nuts, like guys that absolutely just love power tools. So it's a very small niche, but one of the smallest niches on all of YouTube.
Yeah.
Uh, so did they mess up? Yeah. Is that the worst thing that they did? No. The worst thing that they did actually happened before Flex became a brand, an American power tool brand, I should say, because they've been around for a long time. But as an American power tool brand, the worst thing that Flex did was they took Ego out of Home Depot and they allowed Milwaukee to move into that space to flood that market with more of their power tools. Because as long as
Oh,
Ego was there, he had guys that were willing to, well, spend a little bit extra for that professional grade Ego, best battery technology, best outdoor power equipment, bar none, Ego. As long as they were at Home Depot, Ego, Chevron had a foothold in that market. When they took Ego out of Home Depot and they moved it over to Lowe's, pros don't shop at Lowe's. Hate to break the news to you guys. It's a
yeah.
very select group of pros that will shop at Lowe's because Lowe's is made for the homeowner. Like they're
Man,
set up, everything about Lowe's is for the homeowner. I know you love Lowe's. Again, you'd
I've
blow
always
them if you
picked
could.
Lowe's. You can buy the DeWalt blades for a recip for the best bang for your buck. They used to be $1. I think they're like $1.50 now, right?
Yeah.
And they're just as good as anything else you're going to use. And the yellow ones, you know what I'm talking about? Those are a great value, hard to beat. They've still got the best DeWalt selection for accessories. Milwaukee still hasn't figured that out yet. When they do, they're going to be huge, but they just still haven't figured that out yet.
Uh huh.
I always bought all my accessories at Lowe's, and I think now that Klein is at Lowe's, it's like the ultimate electrician store. So I'm happy.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like again, electricians, in as far as the trades go, they actually spend because let's face it, you're not buying industrial uh, wire, like all your wiring. If you're doing an industrial site or a commercial site, you're not buying your materials from Lowe's. You're going to the supply house and you're getting it directly from the supply house because they have larger quantities available. And you only walk into Lowe's if like what you need, the supply house doesn't have. The
Yeah.
supply house will also order. You can order the materials and have it delivered on site by someone who's not a Lowe's employee and may have had a meth addiction in the last few weeks or days. um, you're getting it directly from the supply house. You trust those guys. You're not walking into Lowe's. So an electrician going into Lowe's, like Lowe's has a very limited supply of electrical parts and equipment. Like it's extremely limited. It's not great. So even as an electrician, you're not going in there to buy the bulk of what you need.
Yeah.
You're
I mean,
going in
that's
there to
true.
get the one-offs. You're going in there to get the one-offs, the stuff that's not readily available. And the rest of the trades, I mean, as a builder, you can get a ton of stuff from Lowe's and Home Depot. You're not going to Lowe's.
Yeah.
Just being honest with you,
The
you're not going to Lowe's.
the way that everyone feels about Milwaukee power
Yeah,
tools
yeah,
is the way that everyone in the trade on the job sites actually feel about Klein tools.
right.
And they're going to go to Lowe's to go get that. So
Mm.
that's a huge loss for Home Depot.
You say that, but they said the same thing about Ego leaving. They said the pros will follow Ego to Lowe's, and the pros didn't.
Well,
As a pro, you get used to your routine. You go to the same places to get your materials over and over and over again.
well,
Same
I'm
thing
I'm
with your
I'm telling
tools.
you what I still see out there, right? You don't see what do you see the most of? You probably see the most dewalt out of
Yeah,
anything on the job site.
right.
Still. And then when you go to the specific trades,
I have a Menards.
you
It's
see a
awesome.
lot of Milwaukee. But all in all, when I'm looking at pools, just building in general, all the different stages, it's DeWalt. Then it's Milwaukee when you get into specific trades, HVAC, plumbing, kind of mixed with DeWalt and Milwaukee for plumbing, but definitely electrical, definitely more Milwaukee than anything.
Yeah,
And then you got like a mix of Makita in between Milwaukee and DeWalt. There's Makita in there. Still, it's a mix. You still see it a lot.
I didn't know there were that many. Well, you are
And
in
when you look at
Texas.
electricians' hand tools, because that's all I ever do, if they're on site, dude, that's what I'm looking at. Usually, that's how I
Yeah,
found that Klein driver with the really really good tips. This guy was opening a panel for me, and as soon as he pulled it out, I was like, I'd like to see that when you're done. And I barely even got it from his hand to mine when I saw the tip difference, and I was like, oh, this
mm,
is next level, fit. I
right.
already knew before I even had a chance to even examine it. Like as soon as I saw it, I was like, "There's something different about that," and I think I'm going to make a video about it.
Yeah, guys,
Um,
just so you know, if we get cut off tonight because my phone updates or whatever, we're going to redo this on StreamYard. I'm not going to fuck around. I'm going to go with my really great camera and I'm going to go on StreamYard. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean
right.
to cut you
So
off.
that's kind of the next thing, right? I think that the algorithm's changing again, and I think you're starting to get less views on vertical. If it's starting to catch up, it's starting to kind of spread
No,
out. Right now, you got 36 people watching.
yeah,
Um,
when I go live, because here's what. First of all, I can't stream in 4K. That's what they want you to do because the update that I went back to doesn't have 4K streaming.
so it's not going to
It
push
only
out.
got 1080. Yeah, it won't push out.
Oh, I see.
If I were to do this, like if I were to do this by myself,
Yeah, you get a lot.
uh, the last time I went live by myself, I got like 23,000
Right. That's what I'm
views.
saying. I think that the live together isn't pushed out as hard as the
That's
regular,
true.
right?
That's true.
Uh I think It's almost like a members only stream. I think I'm going to start
Kinda.
streaming on StreamYard
Yeah, me too.
and just get our regulars in because here's the deal. Let's say we do get 20,000 people in here, like we
Yep.
do.
Yep.
We get 800 that actually stayed and watched the whole thing.
Right.
The other 19,000 are destroying the analytics for the video, absolutely destroying it.
Right.
And it's for you
Sometimes.
guys. And it's for you guys. So I think I'm going to start streaming back to StreamYard because one, I know Paul W. would sure appreciate it, the wider format.
Yeah.
I know you guys would all appreciate it.
And
I think you're the reason why we're here. I think I'm going to start doing StreamYard again, at least for a couple of weeks. I'm going to see how it goes.
yeah, I want to do StreamYard. Can you get a where else can you stream at the same time? X. Well, if there are things that allow me to stream from Facebook and YouTube, I'll never stream from Facebook ever. I won't even go live on Facebook because it's just a bunch of middle-aged, lonely dudes that have never seen a woman naked. So I'm not really interested in streaming uh, from Facebook. I've wanted to do it from both. Oh yeah, you can stream from Rumble and YouTube at the same time. But I've wanted to do TikTok and YouTube, but I'll have to wait until my ban is done on TikTok and find out if there's if I care. I don't. Actually this time I'm just like whatever. I don't even give a shit.
On the OF, yeah.
Yeah, I don't even give a shit. I'm just like whatever. I'm like YouTube is where I spend most of my time anyway. It's where I spend old horizontal format of StreamYard. Shaka Gillis will be happy. You just won't. We just won't get as many people in. And funny enough, this format right here that we're doing is actually a widescreen format on my computer.
Right. Yeah, I'm looking at it too. They just don't present it the way that they could. Like YouTube's just kind of
stupid.
Yeah, it's kind of like Flex. We'll take it back to Flex, where they were relying on people and the world, and then we'll take it back to StreamYard versus YouTube.
Yeah.
And when you stream live, you get people in my age group, in my generation, that just frankly have brain rot. Right. I think that a lot of this generation is interesting. There's a lot of really brilliant people in this generation, but the access to a smartphone no longer requires a competency level or a certain level of achievement in life to be able to participate in an adult conversation. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So we don't get people that are of age but not adults in the conversation. And
true.
It's an interesting time in the comments. I will say that. I think that I'm happier on StreamYard. I get a lot less BS.
True. A lot fewer trolls.
It's just better for the community, man. This is what it's for. It's for you guys. You know,
well,
you're here.
I just want to use StreamYard so that I can use my $800 camera that I bought just to make better video quality for you guys. And I don't have to worry about updates or any of that other BS on StreamYard. I can just go. And the only thing I like, if I was ever to go solo on a live stream and it would be for tool testing, that would be the only time I would use my phone for streaming or for streaming. And that's because every time I do tool testing and I do it solo live, I get anywhere from 100 to 200 subs and from 25 to 50,000 people. It is a great camera. I get anywhere from 25 to 50,000 people that pack in for those. So in those are rare instances, it would be advantageous. But
probably get Morgan's maintenance on StreamYard.
Oh, we definitely could get Morgan's on. We could do 6 people on StreamYard without having to pay for anything. And I'm not going to pay for anything. The only problem is you're only streaming in 1080, so they're never going to push it out.
720 unless you pay.
720, so you're never going to get pushed out at all.
So I might pay a little bit for StreamYard so we don't have to look at a freaking potato.
Well, you do that as well.
Doing. I don't know.
Yeah, you can stream on YouTube and Rumble at the same time. I don't look at my Rumble any longer because Rumble lied. So fuck them.
Rumble did lie.
You don't know. Don't worry about it, Morgans. We'd just send you a link, and you click on the link and join in, and then we'd show you all the cool things. Like we could highlight comments, and so people know that we're seeing them. And,
oh, it's so much better, dude.
Yeah. I ran out of free time. They reset it every month.
You can even log in.
Just don't record it. If you don't record
phone, and then add that phone to the screen, turn the volume down, and then use that camera to show something else you want to see at the same time simultaneously while you're doing something else.
Absolutely true. I don't know. Like for me, I like when we have a big crowd in and hundreds of people and all that. I love it. First of all, the people that come in to troll me or whatever, it never works out in their favor. They gave 7. What? Oh, well, that's not good. You should get rid of them. No, I might.
All right, so back to the flex, right? We've got
they're going to be
generation,
Logan Paul
this
versus
level
Mike
of
Tyson.
Competency. Somebody dropped the ball on not vetting the people that were responsible for doing the right thing by flex, and they should have hired people to be in the stores and make sure that everything's where it needs to be, and have the ads where they should be, and they didn't do any of that. And they only just started adding flyers and stuff in the last year.
Thank you, Apache. Apache just said he's a top tier member on both of our channels.
Oh, very nice.
I think the top tier on mine's $50.
Oh my goodness.
But I will roast people for you for $50. I'll make a video roasting people for you. And I take I'll do at that level. I also do if you want a video, whatever, dedicated for you. You want to see like a comparison or whatever. I'll do that for you as well. But it's $50. I mean, I don't expect many people will ever buy that.
Nice. I had a random guy just do a comment on some video I made, and he was asking about which one should I buy for the 4-in-1 box ratchet.
Yep.
I just made a community post just about it, just for this random guy. And I told him, I was like,
hey,
I just put a community post so you can see because I didn't have a video of it. So I was like, I got a picture of it.
Apache Helicopter, member for 16 months. SoAlz train also, but I think there is a $50 tier. There is a $50 tier. Do you hear me? Member for 14 months. Thank God. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. It's nice to see all though that. That's one of the things. Oh yeah. Viewers are about to see an ad. Well, there's only 36 of you, and probably only like 4 of you will be affected by the ad. But it's just when you're looking around like this landscape or whatever, I look at dudes like VCG, Mancaver. For some reason, people will tune it. My channel, member for 7 months. Thank you, my man. And you get no ads. Tools and Tactics, member for 14 months. Support your favorite tool addicts. Thanks. Thank you. I look at these guys like Mancaver for some reason, he gets thousands of views for his deal videos. And the dude is about as exciting as plain toast, right? Like just white bread.
It's because you memed everyone in the comments and scared them away. Those are all the Makita guys.
Oh, well, if it's just Makita guys, I don't really need them here or want them here. It's bad enough Dan the man shows up talking about Makita every day. I'm just saying. But no, with Flex, they went wrong immediately. The color, I know they're trying to tie it into ego or whatever, but nobody's making that connection because the sections aren't next to each other.
Yeah, that's true.
And the gray is boring. It's boring.
You don't like the
I
gray.
suck. 1 month. That's all right, Sayer. We appreciate you being there for a month.
Man, I actually liked every bit about the color. Um, that's my
Boring.
favorite part, actually.
It's a neutral color.
Yeah, I guess I'm just boring. Whole house is
It's
white.
it's so neutral that you look over it. I don't know where Juan is. Not my day to keep track of him.
I need to call him.
You call him.
He's got my phone number.
Yep.
It's too late for me.
He's got my phone number as well, but I don't think I've ever talked to him
I
on the
forgot that
phone.
Instagram existed, and then he was like, "How come we never chat?" And I was like, "I forgot that Instagram was even a thing."
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what my Instagram is.
It's tools and tactics.
Perfect.
Juan got a job. Oh, blowing one. I don't know. I was just disappointed when I saw the colors of Flex. I was like, yeah, that's a mistake.
Terry.
What's up, Terry? I'm like, yeah, that's a mistake.
Dang.
It just doesn't catch your eye.
I feel like the green carried it pretty good. It was a good. The batteries are beautiful, man. The batteries are amazing.
Just the lights on the battery.
The flex batteries are amazing.
Just the lights on the
All of them.
battery.
Just
Just
the
the lights on the
lights.
battery.
Just
That's
the
the only
lights.
part.
The
And
2.5 is
when it's
like
sitting there without a battery on the shelf, what lights up?
yeah, jack shit. I know.
Flex is sexy.
Bacon, lettuce, and tomato.
I like Man Caver, but he makes videos so long I don't watch them anymore. 15 to 20 minutes is okay. 45 is too long unless it's a live stream.
Yeah, I would rather have gray than bright yellow green. Yeah, me too. I would like to have gray.
Uh, Shaka Gillis just admitted that Juan is servicing his rod.
Oh, perfect. And probably what was he doing? Something his meat, preparing his meat.
Yes, doing the mouth marinade.
The mouth marinade.
I'm
Perfect.
just saying that's kind of weird that Shaka would do that. No, I am
So
excited about being able to reply to people on shorts now with a video, being like, "Yeah, maybe you just don't know shit there, Sonny."
so my buddy Jermaine came over yesterday. It was my daughter's birthday, and
Yes.
anytime I find a tool, I got to run it by him too because he was my helper back in the day, right? And taught him everything I knew, and then some, and then I left the company. And the dude's like a monster. He's just a monster, right? And he's so strong. It used to bother him that I had more grip strength just from being in the field longer.
Yeah.
And then next time I saw him, had one of those, mountain climbing exercise things. He was like, "What now?" He's got it to the max and he's cranking it like this. So it's just funny.
Competition's fun.
I had to break loose a square D dead front screw off of a disconnect, which are the the flat tapers down to almost nothing as you pan out to the sides of this screw. And then the square is fairly deep, but those things cam out like crazy, right? And that new Klein screwdriver, I had to open one on Friday,
Yeah.
and the guy must have impacted it on there because I was like, going like this, and it didn't break loose. And I was like, oh my god, I'm not gonna be able to open this. Like, just the right screw is too tight. Like in the notes, like I didn't know what to do. But I decided I was gonna try one more time and really break it loose. But I figured I was gonna cam out the screw, and that freaking Klein screwdriver, dude, did not cam out the screw.
That's
It
good.
busted it loose, and that would not happen in a million years with any other square drive Robertson.
Well, that's good. 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 You use your impact wrench on the bus bar.
Yeah. I was just watching a video of that today. Someone with way too many followers. It was a girl, obviously.
Yeah. Oh, I saw
And
the guy
she's
ripping a
making up a
soda
panel
can.
and she's like, this is how I make up a panel. And then she pulled out a Milwaukee to tighten the breakers.
Was it
I was
Carly?
like, I think so. I don't know what it
She
was,
does
but
it.
yeah, I was like, okay, that is so bad, dude. Like, it's one thing to, you got way too many followers to mess that up. Like, take that video down. Do not use your impact on breakers, guys.
Sorry, Apache said he's going to have to return all of his Milwaukee hand tools.
Oh,
Probably should.
you wouldn't miss them.
The 6-in-1's the only one I truly like.
There's something to be appreciated about. Oh, you're
The
talking about
linesmans,
yeah.
hand tools.
Sometimes just the screwdrivers, though. Terry says Flex is way too expensive. Yeah.
I agree.
Oh, that is interesting. You have a censored comment that says, be a man. Use a bulldog on the screws. So be a man is considered offensive now.
Yeah, there you go. Or maybe it's bulldog. Using a bulldog. I don't know. Somebody just say be a man and see if it is censored. Because I don't see any of the censored comments at all. Nope. Be a man's right there. Apache helicopter.
Try bulldog.
Use a bulldog. Use a bulldog. Be a woman. Be a man.
Oh, maybe it was the exclamation marks.
I don't know. Be a bulldog. Use a bulldog. I don't know. I don't know why that would be censored.
That's crazy.
Well, that's the world we live in now. We've got to censor everybody.
Someone copy his comment and then paste it.
There you go. Oh, it doesn't
censor the moderators.
Hey, Terry, you try it. Just type in be a man. You're here.
Oh,
Watch,
okay.
shit, bitch, whore. Okay. All right. Well, that's good to know. That was too many emoticons. All right. Damn. Be a man. Morgan's maintenance. Be a man right there.
That's crazy.
I don't know. How did you get the bulldog emoji?
He didn't.
That's a flaming lion, by the way, because that's one of the deals.
One key impact wrenches actually have a torque control feature, but it's not accurate like a torque wrench. There's no amount of like a medium-sized impact or even a 12-volt that you can do like one bump. When I say a bump, just like a on an impact.
Yeah.
It's too much for your standard terminal bar, for your standard receptacle, for anything. It's too much. I've already tested it with a Weehaw. No. That might have been a Knipex. Maybe it was a Weehaw. I don't remember which one it was. It was a torque screwdriver. The $300 torque screwdriver. I tested it and it over torques it.
Yeah. Well, bus bars are what, 30 foot-pounds? Is that what they're?
No, well, I'm talking about terminal bar, like what they were doing, like a little, ST. Square T.
Well, I don't know what those. I thought, if I remember right, and it's been forever, I think bus bar is supposed to be around 30, like when you're installing them.
Yeah, it just depends on what size bolt and what. Yeah, 30 foot's about normal for a 3/8 with grade 5. But even like 27, what is it? It's 130 something inch pounds, which makes like 27 foot for like the large screws. It censored it again on BWs.
Really? That's so weird. Panther, that was just a X-ray of my knee. I don't know. They have you lay down for an X-ray of my. The bear is a cunt. Sorry.
When did you have the X-ray?
Oh, a few years ago.
Oh, I wasn't even like news.
I just came across apparently the X-ray became world famous and was traveling the internet. Found it earlier today. I was like, oh yeah, I remember getting that done.
Yeah, receptacles are 14-inch pounds. Yeah,
Wow.
exactly.
Yeah, that's not very much.
No,
You
it's not.
cannot use an impact driver on that because the first
You
bump is like
can't
30,
do
25 to 30.
whatever it is. It's too much. I've already tested it. I
Yeah.
guess I'll have to resurface that short that I made, and I'll just remix it, and then be like tag Carly the Sparky with 1 million followers in there, I guess, and then tag her video. But here you
Yeah,
go.
I'll say this: like, I enjoy her work, the way she runs her wires and everything, the way she puts her panel box together.
Yeah,
It's an art. It's
I
beautiful.
I can appreciate that you like her box. I'm just saying she's no different than every other like Chinese, the quick videos from China on how to make up joints, and it's like I wrap it this way, and then I turn it this way, and then I do a little bow, and then you know,
No,
and it's just like
no.
the ASMR. Yeah, there's no difference when you're making up stuff that is fundamentally, just wrong.
Rod, did you have to go look at the X? Well, Panther, send her on out. I'm open
I
for
wonder if I can
business.
find it here.
Her money's green. Her money's green, and her pinks are inside. Or her inside is pink, I should say.
You want to try that
Lexi,
again?
yeah, Lexi's a good electrician, but she's second, third generation. Well, I do enjoy Carly because she does take the time to make her stuff look professional.
Oh no,
It's
it
not
looks
just
good.
like
Don't get
trash.
me wrong. It's just, man, you got a lot of people out there. We
Uh,
have something called a torque form, which a lot
yeah,
of cities do in North Texas. Okay.
and she's in
And
Canada.
we got sent a picture, like for somebody's torque form. They sent it to my buddy, who's also an electrical inspector. And it was of the dude taking an impact wrench on a meter socket and going, grrrr, and that was his proof that the connections were tight for a house.
Well, well, there you go. That's all
That's
you
the world
need.
we live in.
That's all you
That
need. Fuck it.
that's the world we live in. In case you were wondering, it
I
is that
didn't.
bad.
I didn't wonder. Not even a little. Um,
Well,
just to be honest with you, not even remotely close to wondering.
yeah, that's the world we live in.
No. Learn to DIY. There's a couple of channels that are out there. Learn to DIY. I think everything that he makes, as far as electrical stuff that he makes, looks awful.
Oh yeah, I can't watch him. He's
Um,
got some good ideas, but
yeah,
that's where good
not
ideas and
knocking, not knocking him. It's just like you could first of all, not a pro.
here's.
Not even close.
Let's see if I can find this. Oh, I can't read it.
Should have
Inch
tried a different
pounds.
hole.
This is the inch pound setting. You remember when Square D had that recall on the plug-on neutrals for the breakers?
Yeah.
Well, they sent not a team but local people to each area where they were affected, paid them $100 per panel to tighten down one T15.
Thanks, Bulldog.
And
Beat up.
I was doing an apartment complex, doing all the inspections for it. Well, it was brand new, and this dude, instead of having to get his $100 to drive from house to house to house, God knows where, he went to an apartment complex, and he was racking in $100 per panel, and all he had to do was close the door, walk to the next unit.
Damn.
And this is the video. You got one of these Square D panels that has the plug-on neutrals. These star screws right there, you need to retighten those with a calibrated torque tool.
Sure.
Just like that. So that's a calibrated torque tool. You can set it for inch pounds. There it is right there. 25 inch pounds. There you go, 25. These Square D panels, there's a national recall for all of these.
Shh, don't tell him.
QLC24UF.
Hey, Lee.
Center QL. Thanks for watching. So those torque screws, 27 foot-pounds, is all they're good for.
There you go.
Anything more than
All
that,
right.
trash.
I was close. I said 30. 27's
Yeah.
close to 30. Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
those
bad.
screws are 3/16 at the most.
Yeah. How you doing, Big Red? I was thinking about because I'm going to put it in the mini split. I'm probably going to have to put it in right up here, even though I don't want to, but I'm probably going to do it just because it's easiest, and I don't.
I think your phone might have updated.
Uh-oh. Am
Now
I
we can hear
gone?
me. Can you? No, I'll be gone.
Oh. Well, the last time it updated, because you're still on my screen over here, but the last time it updated, like it just
maybe
ended
not.
the stream and booted me off. But anyway,
Oh, wait,
Douglas,
no,
how you
still here.
doing? So anyway, I'll just show you guys.
I'm still
You
here.
guys get an idea of why. Yes, we know you're still there. We can see you.
Okay.
So I'll show you guys what I'm up against, where I want to put the mini split. So, sorry. Woo! So I want the mini split to go in that space over there, kind of in a corner, because my panel box is like right along that wall, and then just across a little hallway, about a 2 to 3 foot hallway. Right? Here's the problem. Sorry. You see all of that junk right there? That's
Yeah.
all my wife's shit. That takes up about a 10 foot, like from the scroll saw over. So it takes up about a 6 foot space of my garage.
Bro, I don't even see a scroll saw.
See the green one?
Yeah, I see that now.
So from all that way over there, it's big enough that I have my dust collector for my table saw, and it's not even half of the size of the space of her shit.
You just get
There
you
we
a
go.
skid steer with the one with the clamping jaws, you know?
Oh, it's going to take me about turn off auto updates. I actually wanted to update because this is, I think he and I agreed that this is the last time we're going to be trying to scream in this particular vertical format. We're just going to go back to doing what we were doing and just occasionally do it like when we're doing it on our own in the vertical.
Yeah.
But I think that's what we agreed on. No, in that is a 400-pound jacuzzi bathtub that she got and thought that I, by myself, could carry it sideways downstairs into the basement, where the opening between the stairs and the floor is about a foot smaller at one point than that tub is wide. Jeff, how you doing? Looks fine. Good. It's like, I don't know what she was thinking, but she definitely believes that I can do any goddamn thing and whatnot. But I'm not even supposed to lift 5 pounds, let alone 400.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't know what to tell her. I want to get it out of here, but I don't have the heart to tell her I'm going to throw it out.
George says there's a converter where you can set the foot pounds and it stops, or
It'll click.
Or that was tactics to show where to buy. It you dial it in. It's just like a torque wrench where you can dial the torque wrench in. It's a screwdriver. I think you just roll a little dial and it has a little line that corresponds with some numbers.
Yeah. I don't know Morgan's. I don't know what the brand is. She got it off of Facebook Marketplace. Made me go pick it up. This was before I had my surgery. She made me go pick it up, and then like 2 months later, I was under the knife. So It's just been sitting there
I
where it
don't know how you feel
belongs.
about Paul's W's comment, but there it is.
I don't. What are you? Oh, come on, Paul. Come on. You're better than that. I'm so disappointed in you.
What's up, Lee? Hadn't seen Lee in a minute,
I
maybe.
know. Well, the last week I think he snuck in here, and it's nice to have Lee back. Use the force. I'll try that.
Is the unit for
Oh
the mini split you got
no,
turbo?
it's Tosut.
Tosut.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's just like Turbo. Well, Turbro, I think is what it's not Turbo. I think it's Turbro.
It's the
It,
wish.com of turbo.
dude, uh, it's got higher ratings than what is it, Mr. Chill.
It's you versus the other guy.
Yeah,
You versus the guy she tells you not to worry about.
yeah,
Turbo.
perfect. Turbro, man, Turbro.
Yeah.
Bye, Big Red.
See you,
Uh,
Big Red.
but I so one of the reasons that I agreed to it, I first of all, I had been looking to replace my window air conditioner
Sorry.
because it's just not pumping enough air out to keep my garage cool, especially in the summertime. I think you and I were talking the other day. It was 98 degrees outside. It was 94 degrees in my garage.
Yeah.
Like it was terrible. I can't record in when it's like that. I can't do anything because it's rather uncomfortable. Thank you. I need a hand. Thank you. Here's this Bosch. Well, Bosch makes a great product. So this one they sent to me, but I'm also eligible to get a rebate for it, and like depending on your income level, not mine, but depending on your income level, you can actually get $8,000 back from the government for putting in a mini split.
Oh, that's wild.
I think between $2,000 and $8,000. So, and that's money back. It's through a grant. They give you money back. It's not like a tax write-off. They give you money back. So when this company reached out to me and they said, "Hey, dudes, hey, I want you to install our product and show your audience," you guarantee you I am going to talk about a government program where they give you money back
Yeah.
through a grant to do this, because I don't want people, especially right now, to shell out thousands of dollars for something that is little more than a convenience or a luxury when, you know, somebody else will.
Hey, Sayer, what does a mountain lion need with screws?
Wait, there's a group called 98 Degrees.
I think so. I think it's I think it was like one of the Backstreet Boys or something.
Yeah, we're not going to be sharing a neutral, just so you know. With it, it's going to have its own dedicated. So that's interesting that somebody said that Terry said that. So I opened up my panel box the other day. And first of all, it doesn't look that
Nice.
bad considering that the house was built in 1946, or at least put in electric in 1946 or so. Doesn't look that bad. Uh, there are a couple of areas like I have. They mix the grounds and the neutrals on the same lug. Okay, I can overlook it because it still works. There's one. There's one where they have five neutrals, or not neutrals, five grounds on the same bus, in the same lug, rather. And then there's
Right.
another one where they have eight, but the rest of them look all right.
Perfect.
Except there is one that I have a hot and a neutral, just kind of hanging out. Like they ain't attached to shit. They're just hanging out in there. So I had to cap those off today.
You'd actually be surprised how many inspections that fail, and they purposely do that. Like It's 2024, and they install a service disconnect outside. So you got to, isolate grounds and neutrals in the sub.
I do
And
actually have top and tube.
since they don't have enough room to put them all over,
Yeah,
they'll take out one jumper that made the grounds and the neutrals the same. They'll take out
yeah,
that jumper and they'll
yeah.
try to cram everything on that one neutral bar. They'll start double lugging, which you can't even really use what used to be the neutral bar as the ground. You're supposed to run a separate ground bar anyway if you want to be technical. But yeah, man, calling in for inspections and doing that crap.
I don't have to worry about inspections because I live out in the country. Uh, just saying.
Well, if you hired somebody, you'd want to worry about an inspection. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, definitely not hiring anybody. But so I could tell that first of all, this was a how shall I say this? Definitely not a professional that did the electric in this house. Like, I doubt that they've ever seen a job site. So the air conditioner, which I mean, it's a 30 amp breaker. It's 240 volt AC, central AC for the house. The wires are run bare, not bare. There's just no coating over them. There's no conduit. There's nothing. They're just run up bare along the
Like
side of the house.
no sheathing, just
Not
wires.
just wire up the roof. There's a hole that had which I didn't know any of it. Like, I don't look at it because shit works. There's a hole there that's just a bare hole. There is no silicone, no. There's no bush. There's nothing. It's just a hole and the wire run in.
It sounds like a typical solar install that I go and inspect. Unfortunately, sometimes.
Yeah. What the fuck are you guys talking about?
A bear.
Okay. Anyway, so it's just run up there, and then so that it is stapled, but with half-inch staples from a staple gun.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Not anything, and then it's run down into the junction box, and then outside, like where the AC unit is and whatnot.
That's good advice, Terry.
Yeah, it like the AC disconnect. It's 12 gauge wire.
Yeah, perfect. That's all you
I
need
was
for a house.
saying it's like, hey, you know, perfect. I'm not even gonna question it. It still works, and the house ain't burnt down. So until it does, I'm not gonna question shit.
Dang.
And I doubt the insurance company will ever watch this.
Okay.
Text rolled. Yeah, it's so all of my breakers in my house, except for two, are 20 amp breakers. They ran 12 gauge wire through everything, which is good. I mean, I'm a step up on most people as far as that goes, but it's terrible. Like, I opened the box and I was just questioning my life for a minute, and then I was going to, like, earlier today I was going to run the line to the AC disconnect that I'm going to be putting outside for the mini split, which I plan on doing right because I'm kind of stupid. Thanks,
Right.
B-Dub.
No argument here.
I plan on doing it right because that's the craziness that I'm in. And I couldn't find my fish tape. Like, I couldn't find anything to run it. And I, like, trying to do it through a half-inch hole blind through about 8 feet of wall. I couldn't get it done. So I don't know.
Perfect. So
I
today
feel
I was
much
watching a
better about
short,
myself.
and it had to
Was it?
do with integrity and doing the job right, and how nobody does anything right.
Yeah.
And he starts off by running some PVC. So he comes out of the wall, and he's got some yellow Romex, and yellow Romex can't be ran outside, right? It's not
All right.
THWN. It's not wet located. You got paper that's like literally in the Romex. Um, but that's okay. Sometimes we're allowed. If you're just going to an air conditioner or something, you're going to stay in the same whip. But the code says, this is a huge stigma on the internet, is you can't put Romex in a conduit. That's false. What the code says verbatim is that the interior of the
CB dub.
conduit is considered whatever location you install it in. So if you install conduit outside, you need to install wire rated for outside. If you install
Right.
conduit indoors, you can install whatever wire you want.
Right.
That's how that's worded. Uh, this guy starts off by cutting the PVC with a multi-tool. And I was just like, okay, all right. And then he jump cut it, and then he changed positions, and he's like over under, like doing like a cut. You couldn't even see what he was cutting. And I was like, well, that was interesting. And then he continued to add more Romex into the conduit that was still
Hey Jeff.
outside. And I was like, okay, hang on a second. Like, I don't normally ever comment on anyone's videos ever. I don't like try to
Yeah.
call anybody out. I don't even comment on the Carly the Sparky video, which is just using impact on the lugs. Maybe I will. I don't like to chase clout. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what I'm about. But
Right.
this dude, I was like, okay. Like, don't be telling me about integrity and doing the job right, and then be pulling this crap. This
Doing it
is
all
like, this is
wrong.
where I draw the line.
Yeah. There's a lot of that. Well, the thing is, he thinks it's just like the guys that comment on the videos. They think they're right, and most of them don't know jack shit.
Oh,
You're
there you go,
still trying,
BWs.
are you, beat up? It worked. I can
It
see
did
it.
work. Maybe it was the exclamation marks you used.
Who knows? It's YouTube. YouTube is weird, but uh,
CPVC.
Rodney asked earlier, how close to 40K are you? He's at 34.4 there, Rod.
34 for you.
I just looked on Social Blade.
Nice. I should not use copper for conduit. It's not listed. So no. It's not listed to be used.
It is conductive, though. Highly.
Yeah, but you'd have to make everything electrically connected, continuous. So you'd have to solder it. So if you wanted a little daub of solder every time you put a little fitting on, then at least it would be, a bonded raceway. But
Right.
it's not listed for it. Can't do it.
God damn. Well, looks like we're in August. We should be on an upswing right now.
I don't know.
Oh no. Last September, or September 2022, was a down month, and then but August was our high month of last year, and then September it went down, and then we maintained over 100,000 views every single 2 days for over a year now, which is a very big accomplishment.
Nice.
Preseason football started last Thursday. Hall of Fame game. Oh, you mean
now.
we're all
Yeah,
there?
it does work now.
Yeah, YouTube is weird. I don't know what to tell you. First of all, it told me that our highest concurrent viewers are 34, and now it's saying it's 27, and we've got 31 people here. So
Perfect.
it's YouTube for you. Normally we're at like 100 and a half.
Right.
So it is definitely YouTube's issue, but it's because of this.
Out.
Oh well.
It happens.
Normally the summer is like the worst time, Rod. 31 to the elite. That's true. Normally, summer is the worst time for YouTube um, because like everybody's on vacation, they're out with their families or whatever. They're not really watching videos, and then back to school it
Sayers,
starts up.
Sayers' next test is 30 Red Seal electrician questions.
Okay,
Nice. What
dude.
about blue walruses? It was just gonna be red seals.
Thanks,
Seems
Lee.
kind of
Why is
specific.
the because I had to undo my update, but I'm gonna let the update, and we just kind of figure it out from there. I don't know. I really don't know what's going on. They'll probably push out another update in a few days that'll update the update to the update.
See, Josh confirmed the blue walrus test is way harder than the red seal electrician one.
My first month was it seemed to level out.
Your
Uh,
first month is always your best
yeah,
for a while.
that's
I
when they
mean,
push you out.
that's when they push you out, and then they get a feel for how you're gonna do, and then that's it.
Yeah,
They'll
don't.
push out new channel stuff insane.
It's
They'll
true.
continue to test your channel, the different stuff you put out, different genres, things like that. But you're really defining your niche right now.
Yeah,
I'm not defining my niche right now because I'm playing video games.
you're playing video games. You're talking about molds. You're talking about electric. You're
I'm
doing tool
just
tests.
I'm just living my life, man.
Like, I swear to God, you're my ex-wife of YouTube
I
because
didn't
that bitch had multiple personalities too.
I didn't join this for the YouTube fame, man. I joined it just to help people out. Ultimately, I help more people out the more popular I get. I get that, but
Yeah,
right now I just got too much useful information of all different things, like zombie slang, for example.
that's very important. Zombie
Yeah,
slaying.
I got about 100 of you on here that likes to watch zombies out of the 34,000. So it makes sense that we slay some zombies every once in a while.
And you have 100 billion tool pouch videos.
I like my tool pouches, man.
I know you like the nut sack. Um,
Yeah,
does that count?
it does. That's a sack. I'll take
There
it.
you go. There you go. Uh, I don't know. To me, like I've just gotten into kind of a malaise about everything. Like when I gave up 115,000 followers on Instagram, I gave it up in a day. I was just like, fuck them. I'm done. I don't want to be on
Right.
here anymore. It takes too much of my goddamn time. That was an adjustment. I was like, oh shit, that sucks. And then today, losing 115,000 on TikTok, I was just like, okay.
That's wild, dude.
I just want to like, I just got into this malaise where I
It's a
just
damp
want to
location.
make I just want to make videos that I enjoy. I'm not making a bunch of videos that are I think gonna take off or whatever. I'm just making videos that I think are fun. By the way, that X-ray thumbnail is excellent. It's just hilarious.
The sword is best for killing zombies, probably.
Yeah.
Jamie True says you consider the inside of the soffit
Oh, Shaka, that's not true.
outside. No, if you're in sheathing, uh, and you're not running, outside of the soffit, then it's dry, dry location. But because your plug's going to go outside, your receptacle's got to be WR rated for weather resistant. And depending on how close you are to the edge of the soffit, you may or may not need an extra duty bubble cover because subject to moisture and rain and all that stuff. You might not be able to get away with the flip cover.
Yeah, don't care. Nobody's coming out to inspect it, so don't really give a shit how anybody feels about it. So literally, the only thing in my AC disconnect that's going to be uh, outside or even considered close to being outside is the bare exposed wire itself. Like everything else is going to be run through the wall. Like I'm going to fish it through this wall right here.
Nice.
And I'm going to have about 6 inches, which I'm going to measure only the head
Oh, to get your 6
to get
inches.
the 6 inches.
Okay, just checking.
As a rigid guy, I see Campbell soup sucks. All right. Cool.
Oh.
No, but that's the plan. I'm gonna fish it through here. I'm just gonna use my yellow Romex. Shh! Don't tell the inspector. I'm gonna use my yellow Romex to install my AC disconnect and run the rest up through the house. But I'm actually gonna do it right, and as opposed to what the jackasses that built the house did. And actually, yeah,
Land your neutral on the
run it
one that
through.
has 8 wires already to save you space.
Perfect.
Yeah. We got about
just actually
200,000 videos on that forked video that I've got, and
Yeah.
we just got brain rot defending it. It's pretty insane.
You need orange for 30? I don't give a shit.
Then someone told me that I was getting ratioed in the comments, and I was like, I don't know what to tell you, man. That's the way it is. I can't help that I'm getting ratioed. Like you can't do it.
Well, first of all, anybody that uses the phrase "you're getting ratioed" is a moron. They're in their 20s. They're stupid. They need to go away.
That's true.
And most of the people that comment and say negative things on a video are literally just there to make trouble. They're just commenting to be bitches.
I think that's everybody in general. Like just like most people are just, yeah.
My 2804 went down.
I used to think that it was like 80-20 for like assholes, and 20 was like the assholes. I think it's the other way around. I think it's 80% assholes and 20%.
Especially if you've got a video that does really well.
Yeah.
Because those guys got nothing.
Holding it really matter. The staples holding it is the ground fault protection. So when the wires finally do short together, they can use the conductivity of the staple to get the current back to the neutral to turn off the breaker. Perfect.
Why make trillions when you billions? Can make billions? Is that a picture of that guy that was like
Austin Powers
going after a bunch of 12-year-olds? No.
Wait.
Because that looks like
so it looks like Dr. Disrespect, but also looks like Dr. Evil. So it's Dr. Evil wearing Dr. Disrespect's vest.
Weird. You missed a lot. We were talking about you, Kansas. Nothing good. Nothing good, but 100% true.
All right. So what's your thought with the same thing, right? You got the thought control. Everyone agrees with the same topic. Everyone jumps on the same bandwagon. Everyone jumps on the same topic, even though they're not professionals on the matter. Everyone puts their opinion on it. When the thing went down that happened that was historical in the last month, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I didn't say jack crap about it. I watched maybe 2 videos about it. I got to tell you, man, I watched Jeff Ostrov's video the other day.
Oh,
and it
dear
said
God.
Third blank or whatever.
Yeah.
And it had nothing to do, dude. I finished that video and I was so pissed off. It was like the epitome of WTF. Did you catch that or not?
Nope.
It had nothing to do with the title or the thumbnail. And dude, I was so mad. Okay, but anyway, going back to it, the Mr. Beast situation, the what's it called situation, the Chris Tyson thing. What
there's more that's come out. He knew.
Yeah.
He knew.
Of course
and
he knew.
He partook.
Did he partake?
They actually they have a recording of him talking about a 14-year-old girl.
So did he partake, or was it like
They
a group
have.
kind of situation? Right? You get caught up in your friends that are doing certain things.
I
Does that make you
I
the
have.
bad guy?
I'll say this: I have never been caught up in a group of uh, with a group of anybody where talking about putting my thing into a 14-year-old was
Oh, you
appropriate.
already went too far. That's yeah. Okay. I was hoping we could talk about this without saying that. It's your stream though. Um,
It was not appropriate. We're an hour and 24 minutes. And ain't nobody watching this shit
yeah.
on the replay, so I don't really give a fuck. But no, it's never been appropriate. It's not body talk when you're talking about a child. It's disgusting. It's
I'm
just
gonna wait. I'm
vile.
gonna wait for the
It's just
facts.
vile.
I'm gonna wait for the facts before I watch anything about it, because every day there's a new breaking information about something, and then it's like, oh well, it's doing this, or oh well, now we found out this, and it's just it's the same thing whenever the newest impact comes out, and then someone says something
Yeah.
about it, and then the comments just tell you about what you should think and how it reacts.
Shaka, whatever you're into, buddy. Whatever
So
you're into.
so do you think interesting? Uh do you think that Mr. Beast is in on it?
Yeah.
Damn.
Look, complacency and complicity are the same thing when it comes to children.
I get that, but how old were they at the time?
Uh, were they over the age of 18?
See, I don't know. I haven't watched enough about it. I'm not sure what the demographics of that was.
I mean, how old is he now?
I have no idea.
See, I don't know. But just the fact that, first of all, the one that whatever its name is, I don't, boy, girl, boy, shit, whatever it is, which
Yeah, that's
shit
the one,
is,
Geoff.
this shit is
Jeff.
she, he, and it all combined into one word, shit. Um,
Right.
that's the only appropriate pronoun that you're allowed to use. Uh, shit. Um,
Shit.
uh, that was what, earlier this year.
2 years ago, I think he
Last
came
year.
out as yeah.
No. As far as the messaging to the children and whatnot, that was earlier this year into last year,
Oh, I didn't know
um,
that.
and made aware of it. Um, and the Mr. Beast guy was made aware of it, and Homeboy didn't do anything. Took no action. So
So I'm still waiting
complacency,
for more
com-
info. So he was complacent about it.
complacency, and complicity are the same.
So I knew that he had no, Rodney, that's not what we're doing here. We're talking about the mass psychosis that is the internet, and everyone agreeing with a certain topic just based on the popularity of that topic, whether it's right or wrong.
Yeah,
In this case, the topic is wrong, no doubt, but
100%.
everyone's just jumping on it without any facts. And it's the same thing with every topic on the internet. And I'm just tired. The Dr. Disrespect thing happened. See,
And how'd that
he was
turn
already
out?
banned from Twitch 5 years
And
ago.
how'd that turn out?
I'm just saying, everyone pretends to care about all this stuff.
Oh, I don't think we pretend to care. When it comes to children, I think we all care.
Nothing changed with the Dr. Disrespect stuff, though, until it was official that YouTube was letting him go.
Yeah, until it got out.
It was already
That's
out.
when it became out.
It was already out.
What
Everyone already knew.
that he spoke, like I saw the videos where they said he spoke in code or whatever. Like I wouldn't have picked up on those things because I'm not one of those people.
He was already Twitch banned for I don't know how many years now.
But wasn't he the one that took up for that other guy and gave his what was it, Call of Duty something or another away?
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yep.
then
Yep.
and he was doing the same thing that
That's what's wild to me. That's why I want to know what went down. It's so
I,
interesting. Yeah,
I'll
he
just
did.
say it like
He did. So when Nick Merckx said that about leave the children alone, and then
we have to protect
everybody
our kids.
stopped following Nick Merckx because of his opinion, Dr. Disrespect was like, come on over here, and made him ultimately more popular. And then turns around and he's doing the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, conducting an internal investigation. Well, let's see. They have the messages.
Oh, this
They
is going to
have,
go as good as the internal investigation
uh,
going on right now.
yeah. They have the messages. They actually have recordings of Mr. Beast himself saying the same sort of thing about one child in particular. Um, some Dr. Phil girl. Um, but all of that stuff is just disgusting. And I've never watched a Mr. Beast video. I'm not a child. None of his videos are aimed at me, more my demographic. We're too old.
Right. So my daughter watches it. What's on there?
Exactly. Well, his videos are aimed at children. He gets a child or a younger audience to watch his videos. That's how he's gained popularity. And the fact that he is allowing others to say things about children or has allowed others to say things about children. He himself has said things about children. It's kind of disgusting
So
to me.
I haven't
I just
seen
don't
any
find
of
him.
that on his side. I saw where he was denouncing everything last.
Yeah. He became popular at a young age and never grew up. Yeah. Rodney, I'm with
Mental
you. Like,
issue. Yeah.
I'm with you, dude. If somebody hurt my stepdaughter or did anything to like, um, we don't know the guy that she's with now. And I was just like, you make the call if he does anything to, and she's 30, like if he does anything inappropriate, you just let me know. I'll come down there and explain the world to him. uh I like I I just I cannot, like, it's to me the one unforgivable. And I say that my just full disclosure, my father had he was inappropriate with my sister, my youngest sister,
Oh,
uh,
yeah.
when I was like 4 or 5 years old. I was very young. Um, and my mother, when she was 16 years old, a 32-year-old man proposed and married her when she was 16. So, and then he was abusive to her through their 20 plus year marriage. So this is a thing that's very near and dear to my heart, having had this happen so close. And one of the reasons why when my father died, I was just like, whatever. Um, it's like you love the sinner, you hate the sin, right? Well, for me, this is the one sin
Hey.
that will make me hate you as a human being all the way to your core. Like, there is never a time when a full grown man of any age, 18 and above, should be looking at a child and saying, never. It's never appropriate.
So yeah, I just haven't watched all the things. I was trying to get the scoop. So it's as bad as what they're saying.
Oh, yeah, it's terrible.
Well, you know YouTube's going to protect him.
Yep. Well, they have to. He's the biggest. I think he's the biggest or one of the biggest uh, stars that they have. He's their revenue generator. He's moved
So,
into so many different facets, but it's just disgusting.
what platform are we going to when they do?
Dude, I have no idea. I have no idea.
You didn't even hear about the Sniper Wolf situation.
The what?
The Sniper Wolf situation?
No. Well, that's the thing. Like, they're already doing the cover up. They're already doing the protection. That's why you don't know about it. I know about it because a guy named J.D. DeLay, who's a former convict, I just happened to, uh, weird thing, weird sidebar. I was looking for, like, what to expect. I've never been to jail, guys. Hard to believe. A guy that's never drank, never smoked, never
So,
done any
Eric,
drugs. I've never. How you doing, Eric? I've never been to prison. I've never been to jail. So my son, facing some rather heinous charges, I went looking for content on what to expect when you're in prison. Like, because I'm a dad, I want to, like, I want to prepare my son as best I can, having never been in that situation. So I naturally
okay.
go looking, and I found this dude, and he is the one that's been doing videos on it. And he's not going to get pushed out on TikTok or on YouTube, but he's the one that's been doing videos on it. He's the one that's been talking about it. He's the one that found the audio recording and brought the audio recording to his channel, and it was talking about that stuff. And like, when you don't hear it, you go, okay. Thank you, Eric.
Who is that
I
now?
enjoy it. J.D. DeLay.
JD
That's
Delay.
his. Yep.
All
He's
right.
got a big red ass beard tattooed up to the hilt.
Okay.
Always wears he wears sunglasses like this, like, but normally he, like, not for a character. He just normally wears them. So he's one of those guys, and you watch JD Delay is how you heard of it. Good. Um, but that he's the one that's been, like, I've been following that information on through TikTok, which I won't be doing now, but and he's the one that was talking about it. And when you hear a human being say that about a child, you're just like, I don't give a fuck who it is.
I guess we have to go find it.
What's up, J Dub? I was dating my 34-year-old manager at 17. She left her husband and got us a condo at the time. I thought it was cool, but it was definitely kind of weird looking back. I
Yep,
met my
that's a problem.
32-year-old. My first wife was 32 when I was 19, and that's when I got married at 20.
So me and my wife met in high school. We've been together almost
Yeah,
20 years.
yeah. And I can tell you this. First of all, I was not with my first wife because she had a great personality. Uh, I was with her because she was easy. Anyway, just kind of like Panther's first wife, but that, thought with the wrong head. I'm a 19-year-old guy. Uh, like, if I were to meet my ex-wife today, is the man I am today, or even 20 years ago, is the man I was 20 years ago, she and I would not have had anything to talk about. We would not have had anything in common. But any
Right.
32-year-old that can find common ground with a 19-year-old,
Mm, that's
they're
true.
emotionally scarred to
Right.
begin with.
Yeah, that's a mental
There's
health.
yeah, there's definitely something wrong with them. So I nobody on we talk about people are mature for their age or whatever. No, you're not. You just think you are. Uh, it's just one of those things. Like, the person that the person that I am today.
What's up, one?
Hey, Juan. The person that I am today isn't even close to the person that I was 10 years ago. Like, you change, you grow, your feelings about things are constantly changing. And as you get older, less stuff means more to you. But the
Right.
stuff that means more to you means a lot. Like you hold on to it. You're bitter clinger, as they say. Like 10 years ago, if my Falcons lost a football game, dude, I was a wreck for at least a day or two.
That's rough,
Today,
Rodney.
if the Falcons lose a football game, I just go, huh? Okay. It doesn't even bother me as it's happening. I'm just like, whatever. When I was married to my first wife, like, and 10 years ago, I was less addicted to football than I was in my 20s. When I was married to my first wife, she wasn't even allowed to talk on Sunday because that was football day. Like, I didn't want to
Dang.
hear her. If the Falcons were on the TV, I didn't want to hear her. I was just locked into the game. And now it's just like, whatever. Like, I don't care. No, not the Chiefs. I am 100% Falcons fan. Been a Falcons fan since 1989.
I mean, that's true. You get the vertical going, and all they want to talk about is uh, memes, Big Chungus, or uh, was it English or Spanish? You know,
Yeah. Well,
that's all you get.
and I know I've been getting a little bit of flack because I put Spanish subtitles in my videos here recently. But I was getting a lot of questions from people in Spanish.
You got to
And
translate it and then answer it.
right. And I just like, well, if they understand what I'm saying when I speak, like if they can read it, maybe that'll eliminate some of their questions. I can get more questions, or I can get better questions. The Chiefs are not my home team. I'm not from Missouri. I live in Missouri. I am not from Missouri.
Right.
So there you go, Eric. I don't know why that would bother you. It's not
Tangus.
like I'm a Raiders fan. Uh, but the people were, so I thought, well, first of all, no one in this space is doing any of the, can you get a Jamie Ligma balls? Anyway, no one in the space is doing anything for, as far as the English speakers, is doing anything to reach out to the
Wow, that was
Hispanic
censored too.
community. You what?
Man, your stream is locked down, dude. YouTube is watching you. You couldn't even suck a tennis ball through a 100-foot garden hose. You can't even say that.
Sorry,
What if
Jeremy.
you had to legitimately try to like do a science experiment? You know, no one would ever know.
Oh, we could. I mean, we did just talk about Mr. Beast and what was going on with him, and now
Well, they can't
this
start even talking about it real time.
yeah, this has been a stream that is all over the place because we just initially were going to talk about fucking Flex and why Lowe's is screwing them over so hard. Literally, they're like ankle deep in them now.
You should have had a freaking Flex thumbnail.
No, the thumbnail that I chose was because I thought it was funny. Here's a go meet up with my dad.
All right, so
All right, George.
what's the name of that guy? JD something?
JD Delay.
Delay. Okay, I gotta search that.
Yep. Did a flex rear handle saw with a 10 amp hour battery for 162 last week. That's awesome, Jeff. That's awesome. Good for you, man. And that's probably the best rear handle saw I have ever used.
And he's got the Mr. Beast scoop. That's what he said.
Yeah, he did them all. He did a lot of those videos. He's
Oh,
got a new guy that he doesn't like. Well, he was a convict, so naturally he doesn't like dudes that are into children. Thank you, Jeff.
don't know of anybody that is.
You'd be surprised.
Okay.
Bill Clinton. Anyway, um, Tony
Bless
Tony
you.
Gonzalez.
Gesundheit.
Tony Gonzalez. Anyway, I know for a personal fact on Tony Gonzalez because I met one of the girl was 16 years old at the time.
I gotta address JWC Tech right here.
Okay.
So before I made that stream of terrible shorts that just talks about the tool and doesn't tell you how they're crap, those Milwaukee channel locks are like the worst things that you could buy. Like if there was a choice between two sticks and those
Hmm.
Milwaukee channel locks, I'd probably
Yeah.
go with the sticks and be happier. They're so bad, dude. They are unforgivably a piece of crap. I even pointed out how large the button was, and I was like, the button is so huge, and it makes it easy to find. You know, and
Yeah.
it sticks
Oh,
off the tool like that much, dude. You
yeah.
can't even get it in a standard tool slot because the button sticks out so far. But
Well, I
don't.
could.
But Milwaukee's a professional tool brand, guys. You got to
Yeah,
remember. So
well,
this whole jump on the bandwagon NPC thought of just agreeing with everybody else is what we're experimenting here. So I got a couple of other things to do.
well, the
Uh,
so I released a short earlier today saying that what the Milwaukee hand tools, Milwaukee bits, you should avoid buying because they're terrible, right?
yeah,
I probably got 20 comments from dudes telling me how great they are and how that's the only brand they'll use. And one guy insists that Project Farm, who had them rated like middle to low pack, is said they're the best. And I'm just like, well, maybe you should go watch a video, because
yeah,
like softer than baby crap there. Uh, I don't know. A lot of these guys, they just do it because it's the name. They got to defend their brand. They got to defend their buying history or whatever. And I'm just like, I don't care about any of that shit, dude. If you made a mistake buying something, just I made a mistake. Don't do it again.
yeah. Unfortunately, man, I'll never try any other water pump pliers. There's not
Channel
too much
lock.
that can make them better. I've personally used the Cobras professionally and beaten the piss out of them for 15 years straight. Um, cut them with the bandsaw, broken concrete, beaten more than probably 50,000 beats on a screwdriver. Um, squeezed them, lopped off shards of them. The handles are still intact. Yeah, there's not going to be there's no reason to look no further. It can't get any better than that. It just can't. And if it can, I'm not going to spend my time trying to find something.
Okay,
That's my thought on the Cobras, man. There is nothing better than the Knipex.
I agree. Patrick Mahomes uses the Connect X pliers. He's a Cobra fan, is he?
I discovered those in Fort Worth, Texas, in 2008. I
If
don't know when YouTube discovered them, but it wasn't anywhere close to 2008. I've probably been using those longer than most people have even had a YouTube channel.
Eric, if you go back and watch the quarterback series when Patrick Mahomes was tasked with putting together his baby bed, he said in the show that he doesn't know how to use a screwdriver. There you go. Um, yeah, I love the Knipex. I think they by far the best, but only the red handled Knipex, like the solid red handle Knipex.
Yeah, the
Like,
red and blue are nice, but they're just kind of bulky. They're nice though.
yeah, the free batteries get you at the checkout number 4. Still
Yeah,
made
they're
the
still
same
made the
way.
same. They're still made the same way, and if I haven't broken them, they're probably indestructible at this point. If I haven't accidentally pulled that one clip back that maintains the tension, the spring tension, that one spring clip,
Yeah.
uh, if I haven't broken them, they are. And one thing you probably didn't really realize is that they go hollow at a certain point, and the grip actually goes up through there's like a slot like this, and then goes back into solid metal, and the
Yeah.
grip goes up through that hollow portion and loops back around. That way, the grip it can't even slip off, and it's almost like thermoplastically like welded to the. It's not even like a grip; it's more like a dip, but it's also a grip because it does get hollow.
Interesting.
After really beating on them, the grip can fail eventually, but it takes a lot to do it.
I'll tell you what, the last time I beat on something hollow over and over again, yeah, the grip definitely failed. I think it was more of a stamina issue than anything else. I'll, I've said this before, and you tell me if you agree with me or not, because I'm reading the chat, and a lot of guys are arguing about Harbor Freight or whatever. And I've said it before, and I continue to believe it. When you discover what really good tools are, you're less likely to ever shop at Harbor Freight.
I yeah. I'm trying to think what I've actually bought at Harbor Freight that wasn't for my house. Um, I'm having a really hard time thinking because they used to sell some ratcheting cutters
Yeah.
for cutting like 500, and they were okay for aluminum, but I used to keep my receipt because they were $40,
Hmm.
and I think I returned them 3 or 4 times in the course of 3 years, and they got the job done.
Yeah.
But everything there is just pretty much garbage. I mean, there's nothing there that's going to last you.
No. Well, I was there here a week or so ago. I can't remember when I was there. Um, it was probably over a week ago because I was renting the vacuum compressor and the refrigerant line tester that they have.
Right,
Renting.
right.
I was there then, and I was because I've seen there's Easy Tech Joe. Just throw a name out there as one guy. He claims, and I think Mr. Subaru as well. Don't quote me on that one. That guy's different. Anyway, he claims that Icon and Snap-on made in the same factory by the same people. Well, I have some Snap-on. I went over and kind of got a hold of one of the Icon wrenches. They don't feel the same to me. I can't imagine anybody that's like seriously doing wrenching that would take the Icon brand. The edges are not like Snap-on. They've got kind of a nice rounded edge. They're not quite as thick, but they've got a nice rounded edge, and it really does feel comfortable in your hand when you're using them. And then you look, the Icon's a little thicker, probably because they're not made quite as well. And there is kind of a sharp or boxy kind of edge to them. And if you're wrenching all day, that's going to bite into your hand. It's not going to make for a pleasant experience. Yeah. Uh-oh. Yeah, using it once or twice, not a big deal, but overall, it's just not going to be an enjoyable experience
Lost
for
you
you.
for a second. Yeah, even the Craftsman, back in the day, like the good old days, 2008 through 15, I guess, when Sears was around. You get some nice kind of teardropped, sort of rounded over, nice, wide and flat, and then also kind of rounded on the bottom. You get some really nice Craftsman wrenches and stuff.
Yeah.
And they would fix that stuff in the store or give you a new one.
Well, that's cool. So guys, I am not saying that Snap-on and Icon or Harbor Freight are made in the same or share the same facilities or whatever. this is what other channels have been out there promoting and saying, and some of them been saying it for quite a while. And since I never cared to look into it, because I don't really care,
Yeah.
I just kind of let it go. But the minute you hold a like, all you have to do is hold the two of them in your hand, and you can feel the difference.
Right.
So
Or
I
just
don't,
spin the sprocket.
yeah, like I don't really give a shit where anything's made. Um, it's not on me. I judge the tool by the quality of the tool, not by who makes it necessarily. Would I love for an American-made tool to be the best? Absolutely, 100% of the time. I would rather buy American than anything else. But when it comes down to it, I want the tool that's going to make me money.
Yeah. I want something that I just enjoy using.
Yeah,
Um,
I have had this, Rodney.
sometimes it's not even the best tool. It's just something I like using.
Yeah,
Like
I've
the
had
850.
this tool for probably 2 years, or maybe 3 years, and I have yet to use it. I'd rather use a Hyper Tough.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
Oh, the floor jack,
850.
yeah.
Greenlee used to make a retractable sheetrock knife, and
Hmm.
it didn't fold, but the blade slid inside, kind of like I'm trying to think what that would be like. Kind of like a switchblade, I guess you would say. And
Yeah,
the reset blade went down inside there. The handle was like long. I can't find it. Joshua, find me one. The handle was like this long. Like the handle was like longer than the blade.
yeah.
And it came with a stainless steel looking colored blade that was very flexible that said made for plaster. And dude, it was so awesome. And it had a little dial that you spun to get the depth of your blade.
Right.
And it wasn't great at anything except for cutting ceiling tiles when you're putting can lights. That's all it was good for. It wouldn't cut sheetrock very good, but that was what I kept with me because it was just so nice, man. The handle was like so long and it was just rubberized and it was just great.
Okay. Joshua said he's going to look for that for you.
Chances are he might
Um,
find it.
Maybe.
I've looked.
Greenlee, when I was doing solar, Greenlee was by far and away uh, my favorite brand to buy for anything electrical. Like their wire strippers they're still the best I've ever used. Of course, when you're paying $800 for a wire stripper, they should be really good.
Man, I I don't know of any wire strippers that cost $800, but continue.
Well, they had one specifically for PV, and it was
Oh, okay.
just beautiful. Like,
Okay. Well, now we're talking for the
oh, it
MC
was a
Force.
specialty, yeah, specialty
Yeah,
tool
I
for
got you.
sure, and loved it. When I got out of it, gave it away, but I absolutely loved it. It was my favorite tool to use. Um, I thought it was great. Yeah, guys. You could get some really expensive shit out there, in case you didn't know. But I look at Harbor Freight, like all of Harbor Freight is just a knockoff store. Like
Summit
that's it.
Electric still has Greenlee. Supply houses still have Greenlee.
Oh yeah. Any of the serious electrical places would carry Greenlee.
Yeah. Problem is, no one knew what they were,
No.
and I don't know. Greenlee's still better than Klein for a lot of things. So
Oh yeah.
kind of sucks that they left Lowe's right as Klein was getting in there. I was like, yes, everything awesome is going to be right here.
Uh, the auger bits from Greenlee, like the long flexible auger bits.
Yeah.
Greenlee's definitely better
You
than what
get
you're going to
yourself
get
in
with
trouble
Klein.
with some of those augers, man. You don't know what you're doing.
I know. No, what I'm saying is they're definitely better than Klein as far as that goes. And then I know the strippers that I used were far and away better than anything Klein makes. And then their tapping drill bits, which Milwaukee copied,
Oh
but
yeah, that's all I carry.
um, Definitely better for Greenlee than with Klein.
Yep. And their slug busters and their carbide hole saws.
Mhm.
Just pretty much everything. Hand tools, not so much.
Right.
Hit and a miss of the hand tools.
Agreed.
Oh yeah,
By
the Greenlee
Apex.
Shitbits. Yep. See you later, Eric.
See you, Eric. Take care, buddy. Thanks for being here. We might as well get out of here. We've been on for 2 hours. This is the longest we've been on in a long time.
This would be good analytics to figure out how it
Oh,
pushes out.
467 views. That give you an idea?
Oh man, that's terrible.
It is.
That's terrible.
But view duration's really high.
He just texted me a pic. Hang on, he found it.
Is it a dick pic?
Probably. Let me see.
I gave one for YouTube.
Man, that is not it. That it looks like that. This might be the first gen. So the one that I had was more all black with the typical lime green from Greenlee.
Apache helicopter rejoined yesterday.
Very nice.
Oh, how disappointing.
Who owns Greenlee now? Who does have Greenlee?
Emerson. Rigid.
Emerson does? Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Same people that have had them since like the 1980s. Heart and SoAlz is the highest level of membership you can get on my channel. Heart and SoAlz. That's the good stuff. That's when you know you're a man. Is when you've got the heart and SoAlz. I'm just checking to see if we're still in the green on YouTube. So we're still in the green, buddy.
You're probably okay.
Oh yeah, we're still in the green. Is there a original equivalent to the 845? Yep, the 4 mode. Actually, the 4 mode is better than the 845 as far as speed, power. So probably the 3 mode is where it's at.
Maybe
That's
this
no worries.
is it. Is this it? I thought it had more black to it.
It's all right. Can I buy Heart and SoAlz at Walmart? No.
That's what they're finding, but I think it had more lime green to it.
Yep. Just found it. Tactics, the 311. Just to get better perspective to the event, though. All right. I don't. Yeah. I don't really know. I don't pay much attention to. I've been busy making my own content. I haven't been watching anybody else's content. That's it on Fake XX. I did see that one. You might, Rod. Doyle might seem good.
There it is. That's it right there. You found it.
We can see your finger.
Oh, my bad. There you go.
All right, you're beautiful. Thank you. 10 holes. The new guy got it figured out. Oh, good for him, George.
Not the best one, but it's nice.
Okay. Look, Greenlee is. They make a fake 860 already. No, not really. So how shall I say it? How shall I phrase it? He got the Asian 860 and he got the American 860, right? And they performed close to the same. But the Asian version of the 860 has a JIS collet. So it's a double-ended collet. And he was only using single-ended bits to do his video.
Right.
So he was allowing the tool to bounce back and forth as he would. I'm talking to somebody in particular. He was allowing the tool to bounce back and forth because the bit wouldn't seed correctly. And then he was claiming that it's a fake 860 because of the collet issues and it not holding the bit right. So when it bounced up, it would allow the tool to spin, which would relieve the tension on the testing rig that he was using just a little bit. So then it would have to overcome that again. So it would appear that way.
I see.
If he had used the correct bit to begin with, he would have had no issues.
Nice.
So it's no worries. So that's what was going on there. Like I watched the video and I because I have the Asian version of the 860 and I kind of understand
Japan
it
on it, I think.
Yeah.
Which is a good place to actually probably have something made.
So just because I have the tool and I understand the difference in the collet and whatnot, I can understand why it would look that way. But when you have all of the information, that's when you can put things together. And if you watch it, you can definitely see that he's having issues. And good channel. He's got a nice channel going, and wish him all the luck in the world. I can't remember what his name is or who did it, but I wish him all the luck in the world. But maybe, take the time.
There is no such thing as a good value panel. Squirty Homeline.
Can you swap the collet soles on Asian? You can. You'd have to tear the whole tool apart and whatnot. Replace the entire front end of the tool.
Yeah.
I make mistakes, but I at least admit when I make mistakes. Like when I got it and I didn't know it was a JIS collet, I was like, oh shit, it's got a collet issue. And then I found out that it was a JIS collet, and I was like, oh well, fuck. Welcome back.
Brain weeds, nice. Squirty what? Homeline.
Yeah, Squirty. If you just ask for Squirty, if you just ask for Squirty, they know exactly what you're talking about.
But you're not going to find any of that on the shelf anyway.
No. Go to Menards.
Those days are numbered.
What's that? It is a lot. Well, yeah, it should be.
To find anything on the shelf.
Get a Toyota to use the 860. I don't like the 860. Like I can't stand using it.
The second speed is for the connect tools like the pipe cutter.
Yeah.
And all those tools. I should have made it a 4 mode and left that separate because speed 2 is like, kind of a important speed to keep.
It is.
So they kind of dropped the ball on that, but I don't know. I like it.
Jeff said he made a mistake and he bought a Makita mower the other day. Makita anything's a mistake.
Yeah, you're just putting good money after bad money for the batteries. It's just garbage. The batteries are garbage.
Yeah.
Same technology from 2006.
I get guys all the time when I'm like, well, Makita sucks at everything. And I get guys all the time that goes, no, their SoAlz is the best. You need to use their SoAlz. And I'm like, no. They're not the best.
That sounds like something a Makita guy would want you to use.
Yeah. Yeah, their circular SoAlz are the best.
Their sauce. Is it like a creamy Alfredo looking?
Probably. But they're hey, way to go, B-Dub. B-Dub and Big Red are having good subscriber days.
Nice.
Way to go, guys. They're Pro Tool reviews, and I think I don't remember. Maybe it was Torque Test Channel or somebody. They did a circ saw comparison, and Milwaukee won both of them. the 18-volt Milwaukee beat the 60-volt flex, or the 60-volt flex volt from DeWalt that beat the 40-volt XGT, beat the
Okay.
36-volt Metabo. Metabo, by the way, is probably the most comfortable one I've ever held.
Yeah, the
It's
next
just
time a
it just
Makita guy
dominated.
recommends you to make a circumsauce video, I think you should, politely just back away slowly.
Well, I am circumcised. So
Circumsauce,
uh,
circular sauce.
Makita corded polisher. None of it's worth anything. Nothing that Makita currently makes, except for their rebuyer tire, is worth buying, and that's a very limited appeal to people.
Does anyone else have the SJS technology on their grinders, where once the grinder gets to 1,000 RPMs, it backs off the initial spin of the thing, so
I
it
don't
gets
know.
out of pulls the cog out of the equation, and then lets the blade completely free rotate, and then when you pull the trigger again, it puts it back on there so it can spin it back up to 10,000.
Maybe.
That was years ago though, but they were the first with that, which was pretty good because it would stop you from really jarring things up.
Oh, that reminds me.
But that was
I
before
got.
Milwaukee came around.
I've been on this DeWalt pruner sucks thing for a while, and taken a lot of heat from that, or for that stance, because all the fanboys are like, no, that's the best pruner on the market today. Well, gentlemen, we're going to prove that to be a lie.
You get this still?
No.
Oh. I'm liking my DeWalt one a lot.
The DeWalt pruner sucks, by the way.
You don't like it?
It's terrible.
Oh, pruner. That.
Pruner, yes.
Who the hell would even buy that?
Well, anyway,
clearly you bought it, but you just
yes.
bought it because you're addicted to tools. Like, no one's actually going to use that, right?
No, I actually, I know a lot of people that use these little electric pruners. Anyway, I tested the 12-volt Milwaukee brushless pruner. Hey, Red, up against the 20-volt, 18-volt DeWalt brushed pruner. This is twice as strong as the DeWalt.
How fast is it, though?
Let me put a battery in. I'll show you.
Because if it's geared differently to make up for the motor.
Let me put a battery in. I'll show you. I'll show you the two of them side by side, because the DeWalt is just terrible.
Yeah, I was just looking at my fingers, man. The thing looks terrifying. That's the last tool that I need in my house, especially if I piss my wife off. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think anybody's got that good aim. I mean, honestly, Alvin York wouldn't have that kind of aim. So here's what I hate about the DeWalt. One, it's brushed, but this little thing is a pain in the ass. It's actually faster for me to do shit by hand.
So after you self-tap that button down, that's terrifying, dude. That's too fast. Oh, okay.
And this is actually, even though it's a 12-volt tool, this is stronger than the 18-volt DeWalt.
Interesting.
I was testing it out yesterday because I got it yesterday. So I said, I'm a guy. I'm going to test it out. So I took both of them out, and I have an invasive tree species in my backyard. And I was able to cut through some rather thick, probably 2-inch thick, inch and a half, whatever, with the Milwaukee pruner, like nothing. And the DeWalt pruner, you'd have to sit there and go 2 and 3 times on the same thing. But we're out of here, folks.
Heebie-jeebies just watching it.
We're out of here, folks. You have a good one. And for all you Makita guys, blow them like you know them.
We'll see you later.